Let's be real, y'all. Hitting six figures in real estate is a huge accomplishment. Huge. However, once you get there, you do start to wonder, how the heck do I take this to the next level and grow this? How do I scale to seven figures without completely losing my mind and burning out? Because this business is not for the faint of heart, and it will eat you alive if you let it. And the truth is, the strategies that got you to six figures are not the same strategies that are going to get you to seven figures or even multiple six figures without losing your mind, burning out, or feeling like you're running around with your hair on fire. And I know, because leading a $1 billion producing brokerage, I have seen it over and over again. I'll never forget when I first started growing my business as an agent, I thought I just had to work harder. You know, if you want more, you just got to do more hours, more calls, more everything. And spoiler alert, that I had to find out, that's not the answer. I'm Lori Plyler, CEO of Keller Williams in Fort Mill in the Charlotte area, and I help real estate agents build sustainable, scalable businesses, ones that create freedom, not just more work. And today, we're diving into the exact systems and strategies and mindsets that will shift to help take you from six figures to seven figures and beyond. These are not just theories. This is based on my favorite book, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, otherwise known as MREA, and the models and systems which have helped thousands of agents build high-income, scalable businesses that lasts. Ooh, I'm excited to dig in. Are you? Let's do this. Here we go. The first thing we need to talk about is mindset shifts for scaling, because mindset's everything, and you're going to get exactly what you focus on within the 6 inches between your ears. So before we even talk strategy, we've got to talk mindset. The way you think about your business, no matter what you want to believe otherwise, it will determine how big you can grow it. So there's a few things we've got to talk about. The shift, number one, that you need to do is stop thinking like a solo agent and start thinking like a CEO. One of the biggest mistakes I see agents make as they're growing their business is thinking, I just need to close more deals. And I get it. We're like, I want more money, I need to close more deals. Nope. If you want to scale, you need to start thinking like a business owner, not just like a salesperson. The MREA book, Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, calls this the shift from being a real estate salesperson to being a business owner. And that means not just thinking about how do I sell more. It means tracking your numbers, optimizing your systems, and building a scalable foundation. Think about it like there's times where we're working in our business, which in this industry is as a salesperson, and there's times that we're working on our business in order to optimize and grow. Okay, shift number 2 is follow the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, if you've never heard about it, it's also called the Pareto principle. It basically means that 20% of what you do brings 80% of your results. In another way to say it, the 20%, it's doing the 20% of your effort and energy that drives 80% of your income. Most agents waste time on the wrong things, constantly reinventing the wheel instead of focusing on what actually moves the needle. The MREA model teaches us that 20% of your activities generate 80% of your results. I kind of just alluded to that. So a little bit of story time for you. I'll never forget when I was a newer agent, and y'all, I was so excited. I got my license. I was like, woo, I'm going to conquer the world. Let's go. And I was getting my business off the ground. And honestly, I was in that phase. Can y'all relate? Have you ever been there? I was trying to do all the things, right? I was trying to set up my branding, colors, logo, ordering t-shirts, business cards. I was going to training. I was trying to learn all the things because let's face it, it is one thing to get your license. It is an entirely other thing to understand how to grow your business beyond just your license. And I was mingling, of course, networking with other agents. I was just trying to beat all the things. I had very full days. The problem was nothing was really happening. And I was really getting frustrated. And at that time, I was like, what the heck? I've got to figure something out because I ain't making any money. Okay, I'm real busy, but nothing's really happening. And so I connected with a mentor. And the first thing they said was, okay, show me your calendar. And so I did. And then the next thing they said was, okay, where do you have your income producing activities scheduled? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm doing all this stuff, right? Like I can't, I've got my training here. I've got, this meeting to get my business cards, like all these different things. And what I came to learn from that conversation was that I had my days really filled with busy work, with things that maybe did need to happen or get done, but maybe were not the top priority, right? But they made me feel busy. They made me feel like I was in the industry, I was busy, and I was here. But I didn't have time set aside for the most crucial part, the things that really make you money. I didn't realize it, but that was the aha. The advice they gave me was clear out your calendar, like blank, clean slate. First, put your family priorities, because faith first, family second, career third. And then second, put only your income producing activities on your calendar, which means lead generation, time to go on client appointments, agent previews, those sorts of things. Those two or three priorities become non-negotiable. And I mean like non-negotiable in all caps, highlighted, underlined on your schedule. They don't move, and it gets done no matter what. And then anything else you want to do goes in the open spaces around those top priorities. And it sounds simple, but man, that small shift completely transformed my productivity. And as a result, my pipeline started to fill up. And that was how we took my husband's business that year from 3 million to 18 million through the lead generation systems that we implemented. It really was about shifting from busyness to productivity and like targeting your energy. Your focus, at the end of the day, if you're thinking about that, like, okay, cool, that's great, lady, but like, what do I need to do? I'm gonna make it real simple for you. Pretty much for every agent, your focus should be on lead generation, lead conversion, and leverage. And that's about it. Everything else, automate it, delegate it, or eliminate it. That's the answer. We'll talk more about that in a future video. Okay, shift number 3 for your mindset. Your business should fund your life, not run it. Here's the truth. If your business only works when you work, you don't own a business. You own a job. And I'm pretty sure most entrepreneurs start a business so that they don't have to feel like they're a slave to a job. So if you don't want to feel like you're a slave to your job and chained to a desk or whatever, then the goal is freedom, right? It's not just money, it's lifestyle, it's freedom and money, time freedom. Our time is the most valuable asset we have, and that's what your business can buy you. And that is why scaling requires systems, leverage, and long-term wealth building strategies. You've got to get clear on what you really want your life to look like, and then make a plan to back that up and support that life goal. Whether you want to build an empire in real estate, or you just want to build something that funds your vacations and your family goals and supports your lifestyle, you can structure your systems to support that, and that is your mission. Okay, let's shift to part 2, off of mindset and onto systems. We're going to talk about some scaling strategies, how to grow smarter, not harder. I like that idea, don't you? Let's grow smarter, not harder. All right, let's get into it. So, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent model breaks this down into 3 main pillars that are proven and work every time. And that's lead generation, leverage, and systems. So we're going to break those down with an added little bonus 4th pillar added in that I find makes a huge difference for agents that want to scale a large earning business. So pillar number 1, lead generation. Here's the key. The key to consistent, predictable income. Lead generation every day, all the time. Fun fact, most 6-figure real estate agents tend to rely on hustle for their leads. If you're already making 6 figures or somewhere in that world, you can probably relate where you wake up. If you have a closing, you wake up and in your gut, you're like, oh no, I've got to find my next piece of business. And we're like off to the races, right? And that creates what we call the real estate roller coaster, where it's like, I've got a bunch of business, I'm busy, everything's great. And then everything closes and all of a sudden we're like, I need more business. And that is a system that you're not going to want to stay on long term. The key to getting off the real estate roller coaster and into more of like a consistent flow like this is a consistent lead generation system. So 7-figure agents rely on systems. Your goal is to have lead generation set up that runs automatically, consistently filling your pipeline. So here are 3 strategies to help you do that. Number 1, focus on the MREA 3 L's model, and that is leads, listings, and leverage. You can read about it in the book, and I'll talk about it more in detail in a future video. Second thing is you've got to build a database and work it relentlessly in consistency. What's a database? A database is basically just everybody that you know housed in one place where you can stay in touch with them in an organized, consistent fashion. The way that I like to do that is something that I call the 36 touch and the 8x8 system. Of course, we'll talk about that in more detail in a future video. You can also read about it in the book, but I promise you it is like absolute gold. It helps you stay top of mind with your clients, turn them into repeat referral business instead of just one-time transactions where you're constantly scrambling for more business. And the 36 touch system, just so you know, this is personally in my mind, this is like my secret sauce. I'm a humongous fan of this particular system. This is how you stay top of mind even when you get super busy with your current business and transactions. The truth is, people need to hear from you. Fun fact, this is data from NAR that I recently learned, but people need to hear from you every 15 to 21 days in order for you to be top of mind. And can you imagine trying to stay in touch with, let's say, 1,000 people every 15 to 21 days? That would feel insane. And that's why you need systems. In order for you to be top of mind, an automated system proves to be the most efficient way to do that as you grow. Okay, number 3 is marketing that attracts. And I want you to think like your brand married with systems. I want you to ask yourself, who are you? What do you want to be known for? When people think of you in your community, what do you want them to think? Answer those questions for yourself. And then what you want to do is combine social media, email marketing, and client touch points with a consistent message around those things. We'll talk about this more in detail in a future video, but that's the basics. What I want you to think is your data. Okay, pillar number 2 is leverage. Here's the thing, y'all. You cannot scale alone. If you are a solopreneur and you're just bootstrapping this, it's only going to last so long before you burn out or hit a ceiling. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent model is clear. You need to leverage people, systems, and tools in order to grow and have a life by design, not just a business that sells a lot of houses. The moment you hit 6 figures, you should not be doing everything by yourself, and probably a little bit before that. Otherwise, you will absolutely burn out before you ever hit 7 figures. How can you do this? How can we create systems and leverage so that you can scale and not burn out? Well, don't worry, we've got things for that. So, step 1, hire a great assistant or an admin. Either way, your first hire should always be an admin or an operational person behind the scenes to support you, not a buyer's agent. Why? Because if you hire a great administrative assistant or somebody in the background to help you, you'll find that you'll actually be able to scale quite a bit more before ever having to bring on a buyer's agent. And also, if you add a buyer's agent before having those administrative systems, you're going to find a lot of bumps in the road with trying to support that other person and help them reach their goals, because then you're basically running 2 businesses with no support. So always hire an assistant first, not another buyer's agent for a team. Offload everything that is not revenue generating to that person. Think busy work, behind the scenes stuff, transaction paperwork. If you're going to stuff envelopes or have a client event, that's what that person helps you with. If it's not something that you yourself absolutely must do, get support around it. It is crucial. Okay, step 2, build a showing and transaction team. Get help with showings and paperwork so you can focus on lead generation and high dollar activities. You can build a huge business, I'm so passionate about this, with a strong admin team and a showing assistant. In fact, you might find what I find in the data and all the people that I personally have consulted with and interviewed is that you can build a lot of times a more profitable business and scale quicker and easier through a great admin team and a showing assistant or 2, rather than building out a robust team of buyers agents and those sorts of things. There's certainly times where that's a great way to go, but more about that in a future video. Okay, step 3, you want to focus on growing intentionally. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'll just tell you my own personal experience. There was a time that my husband and I started building our team. We did not follow any models. We were just like, we got this. And we quickly came to find out that there was a reason why all of these systems and models and structures were recommended, because there's ways to do things that are profitable and there's ways to do things that are not. And that's why I'm a big fan of the MREA organizational model, because it just shortens your learning curve. Instead of you having to trial and error and figure out what works, what doesn't, go back to the drawing board, you can just look at the drawing board of things that have already been done, tested, and proven, and build your business based on that. So what does that organizational model mean? Well, you hire when your business demands it, not just because you're busy. You focus on profit first and use red light, green light as a method to know when to spend and invest and when not to. 7-figure agents don't do everything. They don't do everything. They have a team, a great team around them, and a system that allows them to focus on what they do best. And that team expands, grows, and evolves as their business does. So the team that they have when they were making, let's say, 100K or 200K is not the same team they have at 7 figures plus. It grows with you. And they're able to focus on closing deals and growing the business while other people are working on the business. Okay. Pillar number 3, and remember there's a 4th pillar, a bonus, so stay tuned. Pillar number 3, multiple streams of income. I want you to think about building wealth, not just commissions, because commission checks, if you only build commission checks, you're going to hit a point in your business where you're going to feel like, oh my goodness, if I don't put another sign in the yard, my income stops. And that's not the goal here. We want to build passive income and time and lifestyle freedom for you through your real estate business. And the way you do that is through multiple streams of income. The top agents do not just sell homes most of the time. They build wealth. And more on that in another topic. I could go on about building wealth all day long. The MREA model teaches us that real estate should be a tool or a vehicle to create a long-term model of financial freedom in your life. How can you do that? I'm going to give you the crash course right now. And of course, there's so much more to say about this, but this is just for this video. First step, own investment properties. Make it a priority. Put it as a part of your goals that as you grow your business and make money, you're setting a portion of that aside to be able to invest. We all know that real estate is the number one way to build wealth and the smartest investment you can make. So take that advice from yourself and make it a priority. Rental properties, flips, Airbnbs, and commercial real estate are all great options. My best piece of advice with that is connect with agents that are already doing it and doing it well and successfully so that you can, again, learn from their mistakes, shorten your learning curve, and target your investment in the most effective ways. Second thing, profit share. I'm a huge fan of profit share. It's something that we offer through our brokerage, and we can talk more about that in a future video. It basically is just a passive income stream that you can earn through helping our brokerage grow, and it's a really awesome way to help other agents grow their business as well. So partner with the right brokerage to build passive income. It's an awesome tool. The third thing is coaching, speaking, or affiliate marketing. You know, as you grow your business, you're going to have so much to give and share with other people. And it is an awesome platform and tool that you can grow. So you can teach, you can train, you can share your expertise for additional revenue. And you can do this just independently with all sorts of brokerages. Or, you know, in our network of offices, of course, we have the largest agent-to-agent network in the world. And that's a tool that you can use to connect with tons of agents through different offices and market centers and online to grow that platform for yourself. This really is the long game is what we're talking about right now. If you're just selling houses, nothing wrong with selling houses. I love selling houses, but you're working way too hard for your money if that's the only thing you're doing. Let your money start working for you and make it a part of your goals that you're going to prioritize that. Okay, bonus 4th pillar is systems and automation. The secret to scaling without burnout, systems and automation. It's, you know, the quicker and sooner you can duplicate you, the quicker and sooner your business will grow with ease. This is where, honestly, most agents drop the ball. If your business falls apart when you take a week off, red alert, that's a problem. Scaling means having systems that run without you. And how great would that feel? You know, I'll never forget one of our top agents talking about before she set up systems, she had an aha moment. She was on vacation with her family in Cabo and was holding her laptop in the ocean trying to finalize a deal that was going under contract. That is a red flag that you don't have systems to scale and run when you're not there and you are one person. Remember what we said? Are you running a business or are you running a job? So consider that for yourself. Do some self-reflection. If your business falls apart when you take a week off, that's a problem. Scaling means having systems that run without you. And we'll talk about that in more detail in a future video. Second piece of this, have a great CRM and follow-up systems. If I were to ask you to show me your systems, what would you say? Are you using a CRM at all or any system at all? I know when I was newer, I was running just basically as fast as I could to try to get business and hustling. And there were honestly like no real systems. And sometimes it can feel so hard to slow down and create systems because we feel like every minute it's like, oh, I got to find the next deal. I got to get business going. I got to grow this. But you also remember, are you working in your business or on your business? If you want to be in your in this business long term, and you want this to support the lifestyle of your dreams, it is a must. I want you to think of it like you have to slow down to speed up. Automate your lead nurture with the models that I just talked about, 36 touch, 8x8, and set those things up. Okay, the last piece of this pillar, marketing and social media automation, which kind of goes hand in hand with what we're already talking about. I want you to think about setting up email sequences, scheduling content ahead of time, batch creating content, and setting up automated client follow-up. One of the things that when I talk about slowing down to speed up, that was huge for helping to scale our business, that was really hard to force myself to do, but was so worth it, was creating an operations manual. So that way, when you do hire someone to help you as an admin, you don't have the rocky road of wondering why that admin can't just like read your mind and know all the things that you want to do and how you like to do them. So you want to think about when you hire somebody, it's simple to duplicate and they aren't just trying to like read a crystal ball and figure out what you want. This can be as simple as getting, honestly, like a Word document and just writing out what you do. That's what I did the first time I created our operations manual. I was so overwhelmed. And my coach at the time was like, listen, just take an hour, block off 1 hour of your week this week and just start typing out, what do you do? Example, if you hold open houses, type it out. What do you do before, during, and after to make that open house successful? Once you go under contract, what do you do to send to your client during the process to help them have a smooth transaction? Do you send them checklists? Are there check-ins that you do? Communication, what do you do for closing? Just write it out. That's the beginning of your operating manual, which then creates your, what we call SOP, standard operating procedures. Once you have that typed out, hiring great support to scale your business becomes super, super easy because you've documented your processes so that your team can execute without you. Remember, you want to feel like you can go to Cabo and not have to hold your laptop in the water because the systems are set up. You can't scale if you're reinventing the wheel every single day. I want you to think this is all about building a machine that runs whether you're working or not. Okay, wow, here we are. Scaling from 6 to 7 figures. What I really want you to think about is this is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about thinking bigger. It's about leveraging support and building a brand that attracts business instead of chasing it. Wouldn't that feel great? That's what we're doing here. If you're serious about leveling up, I just want to encourage you. Let's connect. Drop a comment below, and I want to hear from you. What is the one thing you know you need to change or add to scale your business? And by the way, shameless plug, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more real estate growth strategies. I'm so passionate about sharing, and I hope this helps you. If you're thinking about joining a brokerage that actually helps you scale, or you just want to talk and get some advice, let's chat. Text me at 803-230-2665. Now go build that 7-figure business. You've totally got this. Go crush your week, friend. See you later.